coffee gut. Good morning, Juan. That's pretty good. I don't always do a good job aiming in the dark. Myra, it's very nice to see you in this morning. I appreciate you coming in by. I understand. Gotcha. No problem. I can go inside and get my real flashlight. You can see Treezilla right now. Good morning, Sharon. Yep, I think it's aimed at the tree close enough. Yeah, I kind of like nice flashlights. I just need a air filtration system out here. I'm beginning to believe there's a family of skunks in the neighborhood. There was no smell of skunk when I first came out. I had the coffee pot going, the live show had started, went inside to get the coffee mug and come back out. Ew, yuck. It's a wonderful Friday. thank goodness, have never been sprayed by one. And I hope I never get sprayed by a skunk. Sharon is probably halfway through her day. I hope your day is going well, Sharon. Yeah, just barely. No, we're looking to the north. The North Star is just to the left and straight up from the top of the head. See that highest point on the trees there? The North Star is almost directly above that highest peak. The only Grateful Dead song you hear me play is Godzilla. That's correct. The tip of the handle of the Little Dipper. should have said, and you owe me $100 for every day of pain. Well, you didn't tell me that. Well, you didn't tell me I was going to be in 3 weeks of pain. You might be able to see that airplane right there, lower right. Still has its headlights on. No, it's an airplane line. I can even hear him now. Sharon, uh, yeah, they don't, and this is my opinion, okay? And so take it with a grain of salt. But they no longer try to cure, they just try to treat. And that really goes against everything that I think is right. Sharon, in your history class, I guess you learned that the British sailors, everyone called them limeys. The reason the British soldiers got called, or sailors got called limeys, was they would take lemons and limes on board ship with them because they finally figured out 6 months, 9 months at sea and not getting any vitamin C was causing them problems with something called rickets. And they found if they got vitamin C, the rickets would go away. If that was to happen today, no one would be able to say vitamin C fixed that problem because of the way the laws are written. Oh, okay. I might have called it the wrong thing. Yeah, I probably called it the wrong thing. I always thought it was a neat story that they were called limeys, and anything past that, I guess I didn't memorize very well. Don't tell my history teacher. If my history teacher was still with us, if I had a 30-minute recording of him talking in for one class, 30 minutes, I would put money that listening to that 30-minute tape would put you to sleep. Now, don't get me wrong, I realize at times I can get into a monotone voice, but this man, he held the patent on it, and he would talk so low, half the class was dozing off every day. I don't know how the other class stayed awake, but real nice man, had some great stories to tell. But he could put you to sleep. Which, if I was to put you guys to sleep, as long as it didn't get you in trouble at work, that wouldn't be a bad thing. Because I want everybody to relax. Sharon, I'm sure you had teachers just like I did. I had some really good ones, and I had some not so good ones. Excellent. I probably slept from about 12:30 until about 3 o'clock. And it was good to see Sharon Guy back in the mix of things last night. you just let Audrey sleep. So you went to sleep as soon as Why the Fascination went off the air. Juan, I keep telling you, you're going to get in trouble. You need to let people get their rest. Oh, let's see here. It's a toasty 56 on the back porch this morning. Well, we've had a lot of people come into the chat this morning. Probably half of them never said anything. Sharon, I don't know why, but I figured it would be cooler there than here. Oh, oh, I, excuse me, Sharon. I forgot. It's 62 degrees at noon there. So yeah, there's a big difference. You're cooler. And Sharon, I think she's originally from the UK and lives in Belgium now. Yeah, our temperature this afternoon will be 80. I'm just talking about right now. splurging this wonderful Friday morning. I put a little extra honey in the coffee. Martin, hello. Please excuse me for not saying hello sooner. Welcome. Here, I'm located in North Carolina in the United States, and it is 6:50 in the morning. We are listening to the birds and watching the sun come up. And in this dim light, I can see hues other than green in quite a few of the trees. Sharon, I meant to ask you, did you already know Lulu Bell, or did you meet her here in this chat? No, Mogs, you're not invisible. As soon as I saw you type that, I looked back at chat, and sure enough, I missed your earlier hello. It's all on me. And a lot of people are listening to the birds and not keeping an eye on chat constantly. Some people even walk away from chat and go fish for a minute or two. I asked if you already knew Lulu Bell from any other channel, or did you meet her here for the first time? She dropped in the other day. I'm good at I guess. Boy, I tell you, it makes me feel better to know that I'm not the only person that does those typos or auto incorrect. Just really messes with me. I was thinking so, but she kind of disappeared for a while there. It was great to see her. Yeah, I've run into her on about 4 or 5 different channels. Like Juan, I run into him on 3 or 4 channels. And I was thinking I had seen her in one of the Fascination chat, but it had been so long I wasn't sure. Thank, thank you, Sharon. Yeah, it is. I'm not going to say the day, though. If she wants to share that day, she can. That's it, Juan. You nailed it. And Russell, is Stevie B already on her way to work, or is she at work already? I know she's up and gone pretty early. Yep, that's why I remember Lulu Bell. She's always nice to everybody. At least whenever I saw her, she was always nice. Hopefully, she doesn't have to throw any peace signs to anybody today. Teacher Chrissy! I wondered why everything got bright all of a sudden. Teacher Chrissy come in with her big bright smile. I don't think it shows up on camera, but I see a good hint of yellow in those leaves on the dragon tree. Teacher Chrissy, everyone's glad to see you. I'm going to add something to that command. I don't know what it'll be yet. And there's quite a few people I need to create commands for their name. I would move the camera to show another tree, but as sure as I do that, the crows will fly out of it. They're silhouetted where you'd be able to make them out. Juan, keep an eye on the tree for a minute. I want to see if just how bright this is. Yeah. I could see it on the base of the tree. I couldn't see it up in the leaves hardly at all. So to make it the equivalent of this close to sunrise, that's pretty good. Roger Blair, good morning. Oh, Russell, are you going to do a live for Stevie's birthday? Hopefully she's not listening right now. Not necessarily a 2 hour live, but just a little something so everybody can celebrate her birthday with her. Because I bet a lot of people that come to your channel all the time would appreciate being able to wish her a happy birthday on her birthday. Yep. Teacher Crizzy, thank you for sticking around. Well, Sharon, I would celebrate your birthday. I mean, no other way to put it. Just a pleasure knowing you. Uh, Good people are hard to find. Well, on your next birthday, we'll celebrate your 21st. At least let us say happy birthday to you. Gotcha. Yeah. Well, come January the 1st, I claim 69 because I made it to the year I turned 69. I am very thankful for every day I make it. Although January 1st isn't really my birthday, I claim 69 on January 1st coming up. You could be like Jack Benny. He got to 39 and he just halted. He stayed 39 for the rest of his life. You don't have to tell us the year, but the month and day would be nice to know. John's is coming up. Russell's is coming up. There's quite a few birthdays in October and November. Danny Staton's is coming up in a couple of months. Well, like I said, I was really sick from the day I was born. I was really sick. And the doctors didn't think I would make it 24 hours. So I am very thankful to be this old. Oh, Russell, there's so many bad jokes I could make about that, but I'm not going to. Where's Michael Haywood when you need him? I had a lot of people praying for me. And these idiots who say that prayer doesn't work, they don't have a clue what they're talking about. Thank you, Teacher Crizzy. I got into a conversation with a lady that was on the trail, her and her husband, and she had done something to her lower back, and went to church, and there was a visiting preacher at her church, and he prayed over her back, about her back, and she said the next day when she got up, no problems. Had a checkup at the doctor, and the doctor was amazed there was no problems. Teacher, did the kids wear you out at school today? You have to have a lot of energy to teach little children like Teacher Crizzy does. I don't know, Teacher Crizzy. I sense a little drill sergeant in you. I think you can get tough when you need to. Oh, we fought like cats and dogs, brothers and sisters. We're lucky we didn't kill each other, let alone probably come close to putting each other's eyes out countless times. It was a funny thing. We would just go at each other like there was no tomorrow. But anybody outside the family do it, and they were in for a big surprise. And it wasn't a pleasant surprise. So you didn't have any brothers or sisters, right, Sharon? Yeah, Teacher Crizzy. Well, the whole world needs good teachers wherever the children are. Three brothers. You can't tell me you didn't get into some tussles. Let me. Yep, I knew it, Sharon. Brothers and sisters know exactly what buttons to push. Which, within the last few years, I couldn't tell you exactly when, that's one of my favorite comebacks. I wasn't trying to push all of your buttons, just the quiet button. Yeah, you guys can see a little bit of the color in those leaves. At least it's showing up on my monitor here. Lulu Bell, Lulu Bell, were your ears burning? We were just saying how much we appreciate you, and we were all trying to figure out where we first met you. And I appreciate you taking a time out of your busy day to drop in. Shinri, good evening, Shinri. I hope you had a great day and you're about to have a really good dinner. Lulu Bell, I'm sorry to hear you have to do that. I hope everything turned out absolutely perfect for you. couple of prayer lists that pretty much you just put the people's name, general information, you know, and by name I mean first name, and you know, put it in an email and send it off. And sometimes the results are quick and amazing. Sometimes it takes a little while. Yeah, that's because good people are hard to find, Juan. Yeah, his birthday's coming up before too long. His mom's is the next one coming up. And you know his mom's birthday, Lulu, because that's your birthday. Well, Sharon, we're going to do our best to pray and end up proving the doctors wrong. It's one of those things that I kind of take joy in, proving doctors wrong. Well, people don't know how to communicate anymore. And Juan, Lulu will always remember your mom's birthday. Yeah, it would. I don't have a campfire, but I've got a brush pile. Uh, I might I might see if the Wi-Fi reaches out to the brush pile, and one night we can have a brush fire. Yes, exactly. You know, I'd like to go out and run a couple of miles every day, but my knees won't allow that. I wore them out when I was in my 20s. And luckily, I had a doctor that knew of a supplement for me to take. And I'm able to walk and hike. And if I had to, I could probably run a couple of miles one time, but not every day. Well, I can do it. The brush pile's about 50 yards away from the Wi-Fi. It might not look that good, but it'll be a fire. Russell, I don't have to worry about being chased. That reminds me, Stevie was talking about the blimp ride. There was a guy I knew. He flew the plane that trailed the banner behind it for advertisements at Myrtle Beach. So he was flying up and down the beach every day, you know, multiple times. And he said it was more likely to see sharks in the water than not. And often they'd be swimming in between people. I agree with you, Lulu Bell. If there's a chance they're going to run out, yep, I'm going to do my best to get there first. I like visiting the beach. I went 2 years ago. I'm good for a while. I want to be on a mountaintop where I can see a long distance or at a waterfall. The live the other day when I was on that big rock between the waterfalls and the signal maintained without dropping out. That was absolutely amazing to me. I was having the time of my life. Because it's like morning coffee. I enjoy morning coffee on the back porch, but it's better with you guys. Yeah, Juan is not fond of moths. Yeah, that was from the trip up to the mountain the other day. I got two posted last night and two will post tonight. The one that I did of the waterfall, it says that was just to show how the phone, whenever you zoom in, it zooms both the image and the sound. So you can tell the difference in the sound of the waterfall if you watch the video. I've been a little slack on videos because all the roads in the mountains are not that accessible. But coming up here soon, the leaves will be changing, and this little town nearby, they do the bales of hay and the big rolls of hay. They take them and make Halloween images, if you will, and they're always a lot of fun. It's got some very creative people. So I try to do the Halloween videos every year. And there's a place that I had a signal. I hope to go live from there, but it's still in the works. A couple of things have to come together. Stevie B, if you're listening, good morning. Need to get Russell for her birthday. You might want to get her a really lightweight, oversized T-shirt so that she can put it on over her uniform, her work uniform. That way, if somebody tips her off, they'll never see her work shirt. Lulu Bell, I would too. I want to go up there and see Point Pleasant, and also I want to go when they close that bridge off and let the people do base jumps off the bridge. Good morning, Spirit the Sky. No, West Virginia is Point Pleasant. That's where the Mothman appeared before the bridge collapsed. In West Virginia, there's a bridge up there, and it's high enough above the water below it that people go up there and do base jumps off the bridge. Miles, I never asked you this. How close is that to Tom's River? I think that's the name of the town. I hadn't had to remember that name in 20 years. Yeah, I dated a little Italian girl that lived in that area. Talk about some great lasagna. Oh, man. Mm. for today's mugshot. It's a nice little cup. Monster Quest was well done. Juan, are you talking about the rods that started showing up in photographs everywhere? And there's no explanation for what it was or how it got there. There was a guy I worked with over in Tennessee. He had a cabin up in the mountains, and he was taking some photos of the wildlife up there. And he ended up getting 3 or 4 photos with rods in the photos. So I got to see his original, the original photo up close and examine it. And it was weird. I mean, it had sharp edges, nothing blurry about it. It was just a rod in midair. There's a crow in the tree at the edge of my backyard. And there's a crow on the ground right below it. So I guess the one in the tree is a lookout. It, yeah, those rods, they kind of appeared suddenly, and then they were big news for a couple of years, and then they just kind of disappeared. At least I didn't hear anything out of them. The thing about Bob and his story, it hasn't changed over the years, over the decades, and he refuses to accept any compensation for telling the story. I mean, George Knapp said that he even refused an airplane ticket to come to Vegas to talk to him. And as time goes on, more and more information comes out that proves what he said was true. I think growing up watching The Twilight Zone, The Outer Limits, Star Trek, a British TV show that aired here, UFO, another British TV show, The Champions. Yeah, I go back and I watch some episodes of UFO every now and then. And The Champions, absolutely. I've got them on DVD somewhere in a box. Yes, uh, Sharon was one of the main three characters. Sharon McCready, I think was her name, character name. That lady was one of those ladies that I would say was striking, elegant. She always handled herself quite nicely. Juan, you're welcome. We'll do it again in the morning. Um, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. We'll do it again in the morning. And well, I tell you, if you're going to be named after somebody or a character in a TV series, that's a pretty good one. TVB. So far, so good. Woke up too early, but I mean, that's a regular thing. I've been awake since just before 3. Sharon Guy, good morning. Val, good morning, Val. Yeah, I can go. I can go all day on 2 hours sleep. I mean, hopefully I'll sleep tonight. I thought the way she was talking that Nikki Sci-Fi might show up this morning. But it's great to see everybody in chat. That we know that you're here today. You didn't keep me up late. It was a long time after you ended your show that I was able to go to sleep. Yeah, Christy. I don't know why I keep wanting to call her Nikki. That's probably the second, third, maybe third time I've called her Nikki. Don't know why. Uh, Lady I know, her daughter, probably, I don't know, 12, 13, something like that. Her name is Idolin. Well, Sharon, you deserve a day off. And you really deserve the recognition for being a good grandma because I know often you're talking about cooking breakfast for your granddaughter. Thank you, Val. Sharon Guy with one R and Sharon in Belgium with two R's. Sorry, Nightbot, but the coffee pot is empty. Cool. Yeah, the only way we won't go there. Juan's playing musical computers this morning. Yes, ma'am, Lulu Bell. That's the whole idea of this. People easing into their day, taking a restful break at lunch, or calming down after a long day of work, depending on what part of the world you're in. D-Worm, D-Worm, I hadn't seen you in forever, it seems like. Wow. And it is such a beautiful day. If I find something interesting after 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock my time, I might do a live, but it needs to be something a little bit interesting, and I need to have a cell phone signal. Well, thank you, D Worm. I appreciate that. You know me, uh, it's going to be something to do with mountains or waterfalls unless I get bored, and then I might stir up something in the kitchen. Lulu Bell, we've missed you. I was so happy to catch you the other night. I was wondering how I was going to wish you a happy day. Excellent. Thank you, Lulu Bell, because this is pretty much the only way I have to contact you. The uh-oh. We appreciate your honesty, Moggs. He was. He put in dots. Family friendly. Family friendly. You're good, Moggs. Lulu, the ones that want their channel out, all they got to do is type exclamation point ME and Nightbot post it. But thank you for being so diligent. Yeah, we had some people who like to come into chat and drop other channels that those channels never came and to my channel. So I set up Nightbot to take care of the people who wanted to share their channels. So Lulu Bell, please relax. But I appreciate you. I really do. You're good. Hmm. Lulu Bell, you put a smile on my face. There goes a bird. Oh, okay. Well, he and I probably crossed paths at some time or another. Cause the park I go to every week, people who live in King, that's one of the main places they go if they want to do any hiking, cause it's nearby. The people who don't want to hike, they just drive up on top of Pilot Mountain. You know, this channel is not monetized because I just can't bring myself to have commercials playing during nature videos. Uh, so if you're watching a video and a commercial plays, that's YouTube making money. I hope only for storage, but The I'm trying to do the channel so that it's interesting, and heaven forbid, down the road, if I ever needed to throw the switch for some kind of income, I would be able to do it. But that's going to be an absolute last resort. Will do. As the roads get in better shape up in the mountains, I'll be doing more up there. And Marion had that Bigfoot event. I was amazed at how many people were there and how many vendors showed up. And then I had lunch and went over to Tom's Creek and the waterfall there. That was my first time to that waterfall. It was a short little walk. Oh, and Lulu Bell, the other thing about the TV shows and everything to get you interested in the paranormal, uh, the Brown Mountain Lights. I grew up hearing about the Brown Mountain Lights weekly. One of the local, he had a local or regional TV show, Arthur Smith. One of his guests had a song about the Brown Mountain Lights. And when I was in Marion a couple of weeks ago, I did a driving video driving from Marion over to the Brown Mountain Overlook. But the lights, the Indians say the lights were already going on when they moved into the area. Varying stories about what it could be. The local college, Appalachian State, they had a professor there that put cameras up monitoring the mountain, and they were so frustrated that they weren't getting any results that they could point to as being the lights. They announced they were going to take down the cameras, and the night before they took down the cameras, they called them. Maritas, Maritas, Little Miss Sunshine. Yeah, I didn't hear anything about Denton. I think Michael Haywood would probably know about that if, information about it. But it never showed up in my search. Maritas, I'm looking forward to when you can move to another place, let's put it that way. And I'm sure Bing will be happy to see you. Yeah, Marion was, I think, August 23rd. But the Brown Mountain Lights just on this mountain and above this mountain, these lights just appear and move around. There's a lot of things in our mountains that are supernatural. The Cherokee have stories of both giants and little people living in the mountains. I'm going to move the camera outside the screen porch. Give me just a minute to do this. Oops, might need this. Zoom in a little bit. Hopefully zoom in a lot. Right there, just about in the center of the image. Bird just flew by, thank goodness, that was nice. There's some very yellow leaves up in that tree. And we are able to see, at least I hope, yep, there's the moon. And you can see a bear tree in the background there. Well, I'm a little bit partial. I mean, born and raised here. So, take a minute to say bye to everybody, and I'm going to exit stage left here. Nothing but blue sky today. I greatly appreciate everybody coming in to chat this morning. You guys really spoil me. You make morning coffee way more enjoyable. Lulu Bell, it's everybody's very happy to see you. Rest assured that is a fact. I hope everybody has a great rest of your day, and hundreds or thousands of kind words come your way. Something interesting come up, I might do a live. Y'all take care.